Jim, I'd like to discuss maintenance a little bit, and that's something that we need to think about as we really want our color beds to look as exceptional as they can all year round. Let's start with containers. How do you set up your containers, make sure that we get enough drainage, enough water holding capacity, and also correct nutrition?
The first thing I do with the container, of course, is start in the bottom of the container. You've got to make sure you do have good drainage. We usually always put a filter cloth down in the bottom, and then we put 57 gravel in, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches. We fold the filter cloth over the top. You don't want those particles of soil mix to go into the gravel,
Right.
because it stops it up and it isn't going to drain. Now, after we get the gravel in the bottom of the container, we want to make sure we fill the planter with good soil. We do a lot of our own where we take compost. Leaves are great compost. You collect them during the year from your garden, and the next year you have a compost pile. Take that out and use that. You can mix that in with some topsoil. You can mix that in with a little bit of bark, and then you can add vermiculite and perlite to that mix. You get good aeration and good drainage. The roots of your plants will go deep into that soil mix, which means you don't have to water as often. If they're deep down, it's cooler. Up near the surface is always going to be warmer, and you're going to have more difficulties.
As we're transitioning over to an in-ground planting, the way that we prepare the soil, that's very, very important. The plants are going to be living there, and if we do a good job with that, the results are fantastic, and it makes our life so much easier. How do you prepare your beds for planting?
Now, the most important thing is what you just mentioned, totally different. You have better drainage in a container. In the soil, you've got to make sure that you dome a flat bed so you have that good drainage, so the water's sloping to both sides. If it's a flat bed, as it is here, you want to start at the edge and gently slope it up. As long as you take the same soil mix I mentioned earlier and put that in there and till it all together, you're going to have a great bed that will perform well. So the maintenance for the future depends on how well you prepare the soil for the planting of the flower.